YouTube? It's your boy Ziggy Doom, man. Welcome to another podcast, man. How y'all doing? How everybody doing out there in the world? Good? All right, cool. Let's get it started, man, real quick. I just want to say, now remember I told y'all on my last podcast how the NFL All-Star Weekend was trash? Well, here we are with the NBA All-Star Weekend. It just passed, and it was trash. I don't like the new format. I don't like the new format. Call me old fashioned, call me old school, call me not, accepting change, yada yada. But the East versus West, the best in the East versus the best in the West, just like how they do the NBA championship, best in the East versus best in the West, and they compete for they compete for the bowl, the chip, whatever, the game to win. Now, all these different teams and world star stripes, all that, it kind of waters down for me the essence of the NBA All Star Game. Now, a lot of people liked it. Some people even said it was like one of the best ever or whatever. And for me, I don't agree with that. First of all, I don't think we have that many NBA All Stars to where you can have a different amount of teams. I don't. So when I saw some of them dudes out there playing, I'm like, who is this guy? And how is he an all-star? But once again, I'm not a coach. I'm not a player. I don't have a vote or a say so. But I think it was too many people, different teams for the all-star game. Like, okay, that's just my take on it. The dunk contest was trash. If somebody get in front of a camera or make a post and say that dunk contest was amazing, you trolling. You trolling or somebody paying you to line in your pockets to say some crap like that, because you do have content creators that get paid by brands like Madden and 2K, and all they do is just talk all these wonderful things. Oh, this is the greatest Madden, the greatest 2K, blah, blah, blah. I'm not one of them. Ain't nobody lining my pockets. And even if they did, I'm still not going to compromise my integrity about something for money. So the NBA All-Star Weekend to me was trash. I'm not a fan of the new format. The skills challenges, all right, that's cool, here and there. Dame Lillard won a three-point contest, and he can't even play till next year. That was kind of interesting. Personally, I think if you can't play in the season, you shouldn't be able to take part in those kind of events. Once again, that's just my opinion, y'all. But enough about that, man. Let's get into it. Geechi Gotti, he is a battle rapper. And I don't know if you guys know him now. He's one of the more prominent battle rappers. He actually got skills. He's won a couple of belts. He got champion of the year or whatever. And he's from California. Good rapper. Got skills. So he ended up getting busted on a drug charge. They was stealing pills. You can look it up on the internet. I'm usually a week behind on these events because I have like real life stuff going on. So I try to fit them in where I can, but I try to also make it relevant during that time. So people are still talking about the Geechi Gotti thing. And, he makes money in battle rap. He makes, a good amount of money. I don't know how much it is, but he makes good money. And people were like, well, man, if you're making money in battle rap, why are you having to steal pills out of Walgreens to survive? And my take on that is this. Y'all in the rap world, the rap culture, for whatever reason, there is an image or a persona you have to have your audience like you. So you have to look as if you have money. You have to look as if you can afford expensive clothes, cars, houses, all that. Because if you look at rappers and what they talk about, what is it? Money, cars, flashing money. And I do not believe that all the rappers that talk about having that, battle rap or whatever, talk about having that. I don't believe they actually have it that well. Battle rap pays good money, and I guess if you manage your money well, you can live decently barring your circumstance. But I know in the rap culture, you have to have an image, and your image has to be one of fame and wealth for the most part, right? Now, of course, you got your KRS-Ones, you got your J. Coles, who they don't have that persona, right? But for the most part, y'all know in the rap culture, you have to look like you have money. And it just blows my mind with us because rap culture, come on, y'all, is black dominated, right? It started from us. We ain't about to delude ourselves. We always, with us, we always have to have an image of having wealth. We always do that. We got to have expensive hairstyles, expensive clothes, watches, shoes, nice cars. We have to do that. If you look at country, pop, uh, uh, rock, metal, these guys are not coming on stage and looking like they got millions of dollars. Oh, I got an Audemars watch. I got a chain, $250,000 earring. They don't do that in those genres of music. They don't. They may have an expensive belt buckle and a hat or whatever, but they don't do that. We always do have to look like we are rich or we have it like that. And so the pressure to look like that is when you like a Geechi Gotti, right? If he goes out in public and he's wearing name brand clothes, right? Then his audience, okay, cool. But if he was to go out, let's say in some slippers or a little Walmart shirt and some regular sweatpants, he would get clowned, or he may be clowned, and so the pressure is on for him to look a certain way because he has to maintain a certain image. And the problem with that is if you really don't have it like that, it is hard to maintain that image for a long time. And y'all see it. You see rappers that, they was rich and famous and then they just fell off. And I don't think their wealth should determine their talent, right? If you have talent and you rich and famous, right? Now you broke and don't, nobody listen to you. That doesn't mean your talent went away. You see what I'm saying? You just tried to maintain a lifestyle that you couldn't. So that's what is a killer to me. Now I rap. I mean, I can rap. I think I can rap better than some of the mainstream people. I said it. Said what I said. Argue with your mama. But why I always say I'm not a rapper, why I always say that, right, is because I do not have the rap image. I cannot have the rap image that is typical and common, right? I'm not gonna do that. It's only so much when it comes to the rap lifestyle that I'm willing to um attain or willing to divulge in. But the fame, the expensive clothes, all that doesn't work for me. So I rap because I enjoy my music. I enjoy it. It's something of mine that I've enjoyed doing since I was a kid. But I don't try to promote my music. I don't go on the bus. Hey man, listen to this Ziggy Doom music. I don't do that because I'm not trying to take my rapping and make a career of it. It's just something I do because I enjoy it. Right. So if only one person listens to it, it's fine. I'm cool with that. But for me, I value privacy. And see, the thing with certain lifestyles, you sacrifice something, right? If you rich and famous, you're gonna sacrifice privacy. And I don't want to. I'm not the type of person. I don't want to be at the airport and somebody, oh man, you the rapper Ziggy Doom, man. Let me take a picture with you, man. Here, listen to my music. I'm not like that. When I go in public places, I like don't you ain't got don't say nothing to me. If I have to talk to you, okay, cool. I know how to socialize, but I don't want people around and loud and talking. Hey, let's do this. So for me, that's the part of it I wouldn't want. So even if I was a rapper and became famous or whatever, I personally wouldn't enjoy that, and that could probably impact my ability to perform and all that stuff. I can do it, yes, but I don't prefer to do it. So that part for me. And us, when I say us, I'm talking about black people, right? We are so bad at pretending to be something we are not. They call it fake it till you make it. And I'm not going to ever do that. Now see, if you have a name attached to your wealth, then you don't have to do that, right? So let's say a guy who doesn't really have much and no one knows him or whatever, and he wants to look a certain way, he's going to carry himself as if he has it. So if you see him in public, he's going to be dressed debonair, head to toe, yada, yada, because he wants to be seen as that kind of person, even if he doesn't have it. Now, see, people that really have it, we don't have to do that, right? If Bill Gates walks into a Walmart, do y'all think Bill Gates is finna have on some $350 Yeezys, a Prada, Gucci? Y'all think he really finna do that? Or that man walking there with some loafers, some slacks, and a button up? right? Because you know he has it. So he doesn't have to dress that way. But when you know somebody has that, or when you actually have it, you don't have to put on a show. And that's what's one cool thing about actually having something. You don't have to convince anyone that you have it like that. You can just walk, be comfortable in your own skin. And unfortunately, with rap, that the rap genre in general, it has so many stipulations that other genres don't. And I don't agree with, like Gene Simmons, you know those guys. They in their 60s, 70s, right? And they still doing rock music. What 60-year-old, 70-year-old rapper you heard about? And so it just seems as if our culture when it comes to rap has an age limit, right? Like you can't rap at 40. You can't rap at 50. You can't rap at 60. Why not? You see what I'm saying? Because of the image. The image rappers have is young, wild, free. That's the image we have. So when you get older, it just doesn't, I'm not saying your talent wanes, but it doesn't look right. And that's why people like Jim Jones, who was like 49, something like that, maybe in his 50s, he wears designer clothes and he sags his pants and all that. It just doesn't look right. You know, you can have a country singer, they can start country singing at 20 and they can do it into their 60s. Dolly Parton, you know, and it everyone loves it. But you get a rapper starting in his 20s and then he's 60, rap, people gonna be looking at him like, bro, what? Why are you still, you know? And even I've gotten a little bit of flack from people that don't really matter to me. Like you trying to be a rapper and you in your 40s, 50, whatever. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be a rapper. I just enjoy doing it. So if you see me rapping or hear me rapping in a song or see me rapping in a video, I'm not trying to be like mainstream or popular. I just enjoy doing it. But yeah, we get flack for that. So we sometimes are our own worst enemies, y'all. I mean, if you think about it, right? I'm not saying nothing outrageous. What do all rappers, female, male, what are they, the majority of them do? They gotta flash money. They gotta have designer clothes. They gotta have, you know, all this name brand stuff. But see, why do you need that? Why do you need to have Fendi, Gucci? Why you can't have your own name and that be enough? That's what kills me. When you wear Fendi product, you're promoting those people. Now do you think? And I'm gonna use Cardi B because I feel some kind of way about her. Like I said, argue with your mama. Cardi B would wear Gucci, Prada, Chanel, whatever, right? You go to these people, are they wearing anything that say Cardi B? No. So it just seems like we tend to base our worth on how much we have, how much physical assets we have. And I don't agree with that. I think your name alone should be enough. And I get the pressures of the industry, right? You can't just go in the industry as a, let's say like a Cardi B. You can't just say, you know what, I'm just gonna keep my hair in a ponytail. I'm not gonna get all this makeup and you can't really do that because then you're not marketable, right? So you gotta have that. And I mean, I get that. I don't agree with it, but I get it. But see, that's why I couldn't be a rapper because whatever image you think I need to have to be marketable, if I don't agree with it, then it's not gonna work. So that's herein lies the problem with me and saying I'm not a rapper. Because I'm not finna fit no, yeah, Ziggy man, if you were to do this or walk that way or move that way, then you know we can I'm not doing it. I'd rather be independent and do stuff at my own pace, no contracts, no pressures. If I put something out, I do. If I don't put something out, I don't, you know. And to those people that'll say, well, man, they making all this money, you know, you may as well enjoy it, live it up. You know, what's the purpose of working hard? The purpose of working hard now is so that you can play hard later, right? And it everybody don't really have that balance. You have a lot of people splurging early, making money, splurging, yada yada, and then later on in life, what are they doing? But you see what I'm saying? Now people looking at you, oh man, what happened to you? You fell off. Well, well, maybe they didn't fall off. Maybe they just can't afford to wear those name brands and stuff anymore. But they probably still got more talent than the people that's on the radio. And the industry and radio don't care about talent. Let's get that clear. So just because you hear somebody in heavy rotation on the radio, they record go platinum, that does not mean they have talent. That just means that what they're doing at that time is marketable. and industries know this, and radios know this, and that's how they make money. So they don't care if shaving half of your head bald and the other head half of it was pink. If the masses follow that, then guess what? The next person that shave their hair, they're gonna be getting the radio spin. They're gonna be getting the marketing, the promotion. That's how that works. Do not think just because somebody is on the radio in heavy rotation that they got talent. No, that's just what everyone's listening to. And that is why another thing about society I don't agree with. We make the wrong people rich and famous. Okay? We do. You have young people out here that are finding ways to turn renewables into energy, things like that. But they're not marketable, so you don't hear about them. It's boring. No one cares. But then you get somebody to go viral for sitting in front of a camera and eating 20 pounds of crab legs and 10 pounds of noodles and all that, and they're marketable. So now they get sponsorships and now they making millions, and people consider that success. And that's what I've always had a problem with, because I can't do that. I can't look at somebody and say, man, okay, you went viral and you got successful because you stood in front of a camera and did the funky chicken. Maybe I can do the same thing, but I'll just wear a hat and do the funky chicken. And then you make a video, you post it, you check it 10 minutes later, oh, I only got 3 likes. And now you feel bad. We be chasing the wrong type of fame and attention. And it doesn't make sense, because it's like, why are you doing that? Why would you chase that? Why we can't look in the mirror and be content with ourselves? Why we have to chase fame? And it's the fame on the computer. How many likes I get, how many comments. Oh, if your video ain't getting likes and comments, you need to do this or that. Now, if you're trying to be a content creator, okay, if that's your niche, if that's what you're trying to do, all right, cool. Go that route. Now, if you're a casual person that do it, okay, cool. You make a couple coins off it being casual, that's fine. If it's your livelihood, obviously you have to put more into it because it's your livelihood. But are you doing it and making it your livelihood because it went viral and that's what someone else did? Or are you doing it because that's your thing? Because anybody can get in front of a camera, make a silly video, and get views. But what value does that really add to your life? I don't understand that way of thinking. Because if I do something in front of a camera and put it on the internet, it's because I want to do it. It matters to me. It's important to me, not to the internet or to people. Now, if it goes viral, it gets picked up, cool. But I don't, for me, I just can't, my integrity will not allow me to do that. And then you have people who they have no one that looks up to them. They don't have anyone that, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying they don't have any kids. Okay, they ain't no kids. It's just them, right? And they can be a certain way because they don't have to set a certain example for their children. I don't have that luxury. Anything I put out into the world, I make sure I can stand on it in front of my children. That means they don't have to agree with it, but I'm not sullying my name. I'm not compromising my integrity. I'm not acting a fool on the camera just for fame and fortune and whatever. And my kids can follow that. But if I'm on the camera looking like a freaking fool and whatever for likes of you, what can I say to my kids? I can't tell my kids, hey, be a stand-up person. Do what you believe in. Don't follow the masses. I can't do that because that's what I'm doing. So it can't be something for me that I'm going to project out into the world unless I can stand on it and my children can see it and may not agree with it, but it's not bringing shame to my last name and my lineage, period. That's what I'm always going to be about because that's important to me. I've never been the guy to want, you guys know, Jesus Christ, I talk about it all the time. I don't know why. It just bothers me so much when I look and I see people, our people, black people, doing stuff for attention. And how many times, I don't do it for attention. This is just who I am. This is what I like doing. Well, when? Since when did you like doing it? You wasn't influenced by nothing you saw in the world? Really? It's not how that works, man. You don't blaze trails by doing something someone did before you the same way. You blaze trails when you do it differently. You do it with complete confidence and not because you want some form of attention, you know. Or let me go against the grain just because. No, I just we are behind so far when it comes to things like that. So with a person like a Geechi Gotti, and then there's people that don't like him. So then obviously they're gonna look at it like, man, where all that money at? Why are you robbing if you got all this money? You know. And the truth be told, y'all, a lot of these rappers don't really have it like they're saying in their raps. It's a facade. It's an image, right? So they have to. I bought 2 cars last week and I got bored with them, so I bought 3 cars and all that stuff. And I don't know why, but for some reason people hear this and it makes them feel better about themselves. I guess. Like I don't care how much money you have, right? You got this, you just bought. Cool, that's great, right? You know, how does that bring value or add to my life? I'm not saying, something wrong with it or I'm mad about it or whatever, but why does it add value to my life? You see people online talking about, yeah, Cardi B, do your thing. You just bought this and you got that and do that. Like, what value? You're a fan. And once again, fan is short for fanatic. That's your prerogative. Hey, cool. You want to get on the internet and you see a famous person and you comment and somehow you feel like valued, or you you see a famous person. Oh, let me take a picture with you, and then you post it. Yeah, look, y'all, I was with Will Smith at the movie theater, and then you come back to me because y'all, I know most people do it. They post a video or something thinking it's gonna be viral or whatever, and then they come back and check it like, oh, because are you taking the picture with the famous person because they mean something to you, or because you want to take that and add it to your fame and hope it makes you go viral or get views. You see what I'm saying? So for me, that I don't ever want to be that guy, that fame thing, to where I can't sit down and in an airport or a public place and just like nobody talk to me. And that's what you give up at these things, right? You got the poor want to be rich and famous, and you got the rich and famous wanting privacy. You got people that's not married wanting to be married, and then people that's married wanting to get divorced. And we always want what we don't have versus taking what we have and making the best of it. We don't have enough of that. I don't get it. If people learn how to love themselves enough, then there wouldn't be as much foolishness in this world as it is. But I don't know how to love myself, so I'm gonna have to go out other sources to find that love. I'm gonna need to be around a bunch of people that cheer me on and smile and say nice things to me or whatever. And because I don't know how to do it myself. But you know what? When you do that, when you go out into the world and smile, everybody smile and make you feel. When you go home, you still by yourself, looking at the walls. And then what's that? You I don't know, y'all. It has always bothered me that people don't understand. You can't find love outside. You have to find it within. You have to like that person you see in the mirror. I say this all the time on my podcast. You have to like that person. You have to enjoy that person. And anybody else that likes, that's an add-on to it. But we all think the way we think because of our experiences and how they shaped us. Right? Don't Society definitely had an impact on some of the choices I made in life and some of the ways I move. I'm not exempt from that. I'm not finna sit there and say, oh, I'm so different that no. I mean, I remember when I was younger and I, saw like what guys was doing to get the girls' attention and everything. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. I never really wanted to do that because it didn't feel right. I tried it. I'm like, wait a minute, this is weird. Yeah, maybe I was getting the desired results, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't feel good doing that. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna do me. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Because what do we know? No matter how much you try to impress people, there's always gonna be somebody that's just not gonna like you. And if they don't like you, then they're not gonna have nothing good to say about you. So that's what that is, man. I don't know. To each their own. Some people, that's, oh, I can't wait to go to this concert. I'm going to get my hair done, my nails done, my feet done, my feet done, and I'm going to go and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to get that dopamine rush, and then I'm going to go home and the world going to keep spinning. And that's I think the chase for that rush, that dopamine rush you get from doing something you enjoy. And once again, everyone has a right to these things. But see, because we so divided now, we feel as if you're not doing what I do or what I think is right, then you're wrong. And that's a crazy way to think. But it's people that's like that. It is like, man, you got to respect everyone's opinion. You don't have to like it. I have to agree with it, but you got to respect it, man. If you're in a room with a bunch of people that don't like skiing, the Winter Olympics, the skiing, that don't mean something's wrong with them. It just mean they different. That's all. They don't want to listen to a certain type of music. Ain't nothing wrong with them. They just different. It happens. Now, I think before you try to say something is bad or stupid or wrong, how much do you know about it? Like, you can't say football is stupid and you never played football. Now, you can say you don't like football or you don't agree with football or you don't understand football, but you can't just say football is stupid and you never played it. And when I hear people do that, it's just ignorant. Grown men. Oh, football sucks. Football. Have you ever played football? How much do you know about football? Just what you see on TV? And that's your assessment of it? Okay, cool. And I remember, people play golf. I work with a lot of people that play golf. I've never played golf. From what I've seen in golf, I don't think I would enjoy it. But that doesn't mean golf is bad, golf is stupid, or if you play golf, you suck. No. I just don't think I would enjoy it. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't enjoy it. I don't think, based on what I know about golf. And, a couple of my coworkers were like, you should try it, Ziggy. You should try it, And I'm like, okay, I'll get around to it. I will one day. It's not on my high list of things to do, but I'll get around to it. But I'm not finna just condemn golf. Like if my son say, you know what, Dad, me and the guys, we're going to go try out golf. I ain't gonna tell him, oh man, yeah, good luck. Good luck. I don't know that much about golf. I'm like, all right, son, enjoy, right? Now, if my son say, hey, Dad, I'm thinking about joining the military. Yeah, I've been in the military, so I can give some input on that. Now, I don't want my kids joining the military, but I've been in the military. And I'm not saying the military's bad. I'm just saying I don't want my kids to join the military. But if ultimately, if they want to, they're adults. I can just give them the pros and cons. I can't tell them, no, you can't join the military. I can't do that. I just say, I don't think you should join. I would prefer you not join, and I lay out my reasons. Then it's up to them to, decide if they want to do it or not. That's how that works. You don't criticize or denigrate your child because they want to do something that you don't agree with. Now, I'm not finna get into the parenting thing. And that'll be, I don't want to do that because we all have different parenting styles or whatever. I just wanted to get on here to talk about rap in general and how the image rappers have to uphold because our culture deems it that way is not realistic. And it actually hinders us, right? Because if you got a guy that can rap from 14 years old and he in his 50s and 60s can rap and he actually, is lyrical. Lyrical is subjective, I get it, but he lyrical. He can't even, it's like, man, I can't be a 50-year-old rapper. What are people going to say? They shouldn't say anything. If you got talent, they should listen to it and be like, yeah, but they not. They going to be like, man, you 50, you trying to rap? That's weird. But then you got country singers in their 60s and 70s still doing it, And not nobody has an issue with it. Everybody saying, man, Dolly Parton, yeah, you need to hang it up. Like, come on. No. Nobody doing that, man. We handicap our own self because of the image and the standards we set. A rapper, you got to be rich. You got to have money. You got to always dress and look rich. And you can't do it in your 50s and 60s. You have to stop doing it at a certain age. Good music transcends time. if the message is pertinent, good music will transcend time. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody. That's how country music can last so long. You get a fan base in the 90s, that fan base is going to follow you into the 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. They should, but in rap, I mean, like, it changes so much. So when I was listening to rap, first of all, rapping, it started with like dancing and pop locking and all that in the early 80s. Like, let's get it. A lot of people don't even know that. In New York. Now, the message in the songs kind of shifted because, like, I came from an era, they wasn't really rapping about popping pills and dealing with depression and all these mental things these kids got nowadays. They wasn't talking about that. Now that's pretty common. I pop a Percocet, a Molly, and it's glorified. Like, they didn't, KRS and one LL Cool J, they wasn't rapping about, oh, this B and that B and I got my B, the B word here and her friend here. They wasn't doing that. Now that's pretty common. I got my B doing this and my B, and everybody bopping their head and women singing along with it. Yeah, my B word. And it's like, what in the world? Then the mumble rap. Listen, I ain't never gonna like mumble rap. If you think about it, mumble rap itself is an oxymoron. Mumble rap, like, what? But it is what's popular. It's what these kids listen to nowadays. I don't think it's just my opinion. I gotta keep saying this because I know people can get offended. I don't think kids nowadays listen to music and actually pay attention to what they're saying. It's just a good beat and some words that strung along. And the radios are gonna play it. They don't care. Listen, radios ain't trying to screen for your children. They don't care. If it's selling, if it's bringing people, if it gets people to listen to their radio station, which gets the sponsors to pay for the radio time for them to make money, they gonna play it. I'm telling you now. Let somebody make a song about I'm gonna kill little kids. I'm gonna kill little. Let somebody make a song about that, and let everybody listen to it. Like, oh man, you heard that song? Somebody make a TikTok video off of it, and somebody post it on, and some famous person like, yeah, this song. I guarantee you will get radio spin. Guarantee. A song about kill. I guarantee you, they don't care. It's a bottom line thing. They don't care. And I can see him doing a performance. Here's MC No Chin rapping the most popular song in history. I can't wait to kill kid. Everybody stand up, start clapping, go to the concert, singing along with him. I don't care. That's that. Why wouldn't they? I mean, he talk about disrespecting women. You got songs about beating women. You got songs about doing illegal drugs. Like it that's what it is. Women bragging because they sleeping with another woman, man. Because other women slept with their man. Listen to some of this rap music. Listen to the words. I get it, it's catchy, but listen to the words of some of this rap music. You're gonna be like, huh? What she just say? Really? What he just do? Huh? What he call her? Like, I personally don't prescribe to that, right? I'm not finna call a woman the B word. I'm not gonna do that. I ain't finna call her the 304 word. I'm not doing all that. That's just me. But women are okay. Some women okay with it. They call themselves that. We understand the definition of that word, right? Let's go off the definition of the word, of the BITCH word. Now, somehow we, us black people, because these certain ways that we talk and mannerisms, they come from us. So we have normalized that word to call another woman. And some dudes even call other dudes that word. You ain't finna call me that. The definition of that word. By definition. So when you call me that, that's what you're equating me to. And it's disrespectful. And for me, respect is paramount. So I don't know. So for me, I stay in my lane. I stay out the way. And everyone has a right to listen to and do whatever. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not. It's not for me. It's not my cup of tea. I like words with double and triple entendres. Stories in the thing. Once you get into the drugs and once you get heavily into that, I'm you lost me. I can get with uh you know romanticizing a woman or seducing a woman. I can get with things that happen in the hood, growing up poor. You know what I'm saying? Having to do this or that to make a way. I even understand like the juice worlds, people like that were doing pills to deal with their depression and stuff. It's sad, but I understand it. But I can't get with just the, the extreme stuff that that is done or said in the songs, and people just nodding and bobbing their head to it. And I ain't finna getting all into the it's up to the parent to raise their kids, teach them right. I ain't finna get into all that. My kids listen to whatever they want to listen to. It's fine. Whatever they want to listen to, they listen to it. Just understand that these people that say this stuff, sometimes they really don't do it. They're saying it because it sells. So don't think, oh man, this rapper is my favorite rapper and he out there, pew pewing or popping at people. I'm gonna go do that. Like, nah, he probably ain't really doing that. I don't know if y'all know who Plies is, but listen to Plies rap and listen to how he normally talks, and that should tell you all you need to know. Tupac, I love Tupac, one of the greatest rappers. Tupac was a actor. He went to theater school. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I understand his message, but Tupac was a actor from theater school. He went to school with Halle Berry, y'all. So just be mindful of that when you hear some of this stuff. Now, some people they really are from the streets. That's what they do. And some people they may not really be from the streets, but they have affiliations with Bloods or Crips or whatever. So just your favorite rapper might not be that guy he is in front of that camera. So you emulating somebody that's not authentic, then that's kind of unfortunate for you. So anyway, what else? Recipes Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson was a civil rights activist. He did the march with Martin Luther King. He was actually in the hotels when Martin Luther King got killed on that balcony. And I actually met him when I was in Chicago. And I think 1990, the early 90s sometime I met him. And I mean, when I say I met him, okay, I said, hey, this is Reverend Jesse Jackson. He looked at me and he waved and he kept walking. So that's how I met him. I don't want nobody to, you ain't me, Jesse Jackson. I did. I actually looked at him and said, hey, Reverend Jesse Jackson. And he looked at me and he waved and he kept walking. So, I consider that meeting somebody. Now, greeting and all that, I don't, but yeah, I met him. And he passed away. He was 84 years old. I mean, I would say he had a fulfilling life. I don't know much about his personal life, but civil rights activists, that's kind of important for our people. So as far as I know, he was well liked. I didn't really hear anybody saying bad things about him. I think they're trying to get him like buried with the like the people throughout history that um were famous for political reasons or whatever, and they're saying no, they want to be buried regular. And I don't have an opinion either way about it. But I tell you what though, the fact that General Robert E. Lee has a theater and schools and statues in his name, and we ain't giving nothing to Jesse Jackson, I definitely feel some kind of way about that. I said what I said. Argue with your mother. But that's it, man. Oh man, I'm about to go on a little vacation. I gotta do some cleaning. I gotta put out some music too. I haven't done no music in a while. I'll do that. But I mean, everything else is pretty, just moving forward with things, man. Staying positive about life, dealing with the challenges as they come, trying to be better than we were the day before, and trying to lead this world better than we found it. Set a good example. That's what it's about for me. But hey, I'm a boring introvert. I got trust issues. I'm a single man with a bunch of kids. So what does my opinion matter, right? But that's it, man. Until the next YouTube video, be easy.